Hi guys, this is Michelle. Welcome to my channel, Moonshadow Tarot. We're going to do a reading for the sign of Aries for the month of October 2022. And we're going to see what is in the highest good for Aries to know at this time. This can be for Aries rising sign, sun sign, moon sign. What does Aries need to know at this time? So this one popped out of the deck straight away, so I'm going to take that as the theme, and then we're going to pull a spread. And we will clarify as we need to. So right away, the theme that we've got is the Page of Cups. So this is talking about starting something new. It's talking about a offer or an opportunity relating to emotional fulfillment. So that is the theme. Now what we've got here is we've got the Five of Wands reversed, followed by the Ace of Swords, and then the Two of Swords. So with the Five of Wands in reverse, it may be that what I'm intuitively getting is that it may be that you were trying to compete for some sort of love. And this could be friendship love. This could be some kind of family love, like you were trying to compete for the affection of your parents, or to be recognized by your siblings or something like that. And it can also be in relation to romantic love. But there was a sense of you were trying to compete. You were trying to almost prove your worth by doing a lot, by being very active. And with it being in reverse, I feel like you're letting go of that. I feel like you've had an epiphany of like, you don't want to be competing for love. You don't want to be feeling like you kind of have to dance, or you kind of have to perform in order to have people respect you, in order to have people admire you, in order to have people want to be around you. And so what you've kind of done is you've kind of closed yourself off a bit with the Two of Swords, is you've kind of put like an emotional kind of boundary up. And there's kind of like a positive and a negative to this, right? So the positive is that you've taken a step back and you've realized that when you have true friends, when you have true love with like somebody that really gets you and really appreciates you, there isn't this need to be constantly doing, to be constantly performing, to be constantly just giving as a way of getting love back. So there has been this realization, which has been very helpful, which is that love is not, or should not be, a transactional thing. Whether it's a friendship type love, or it's like a romantic type love, or even in a family dynamic. So like, you don't have to prove that you're the like most successful student, or that you've got the best career in order to get the love of your parents, or whatever it might be. Like, every family has different unspoken norms, right, of like, this is valued, this is not valued. But yeah, there's a sense of like, you've disengaged from that game, and that's the positive. The perhaps unintended consequence of you doing that, Aries, is that you've kind of guarded your heart. You've disengaged to the point that now you're probably putting up a bit of a wall, to actually allowing authentic connections to come in. So just kind of bear that in mind. It doesn't have to be a bad thing. This might just be a temporary pause of you saying, you know what, I had so much programming going on that was getting in the way of me having authentic connections with people, because I was constantly like performing. I was constantly trying to show like, oh, I'm going to be the best friend, I'm going to be the best romantic partner. And so you might just actually be taking time for yourself. You might just actually be in a period of pause, of reflection, of taking a step back to kind of fill your own emotional cup and saying, you know what, I need to do this first and almost figure out what I want in a friendship, what I want in a romantic partnership, etc., before you're then going to open yourself back up to other people. But it is important that you do open yourself back up to other people, and that you don't stay in this closed off state. So then we also have the Emperor, followed by the Lovers, followed by the Chariot. And so with the Emperor here, and the Emperor is right under this Five of Wands. So this feeling of needing to compete, I feel like it's a bit of an authority type dynamic that you have. So it could even play out in the workplace. It could play out with feeling the need to kind of go over and above to like impress a boss, right? In a way that perhaps is actually draining, really. Because you may actually be kind of taking on too much. You may actually be kind of doing all this extra research or all this extra work that your boss may not even expect you to do, that may actually be kind of crossing over into something that somebody else in your company, for example, is supposed to do. Or you may be trying to go over and above to get recognized, to get some kind of promotion or some kind of, I don't know, just like validation of your skills. But the thing is, like, you know, you have already been hired to do a job. So you have already been recognized because you've been recruited by the company. So they obviously know that you have some kind of skills. And all you really need to do is show up and actually make sure that you're doing to the best of your ability whatever is in your job description, right? Now, for some of you, I mean, I'm not getting like a malevolent energy with this Emperor character. So I think for most of you, your boss is actually like a realistic, understanding person who isn't expecting you to do things over and above what's in your job description. I don't think this is the kind of boss that is asking you to stay late and work all these extra hours and not get paid for them. I don't think this is the kind of boss that is setting you up to fail, but it could be, if you've had experiences like that in the past, you might have a fear of that, or you might just have a fear of like, yeah, I think this is more about you than about how this person is treating you. If this is in a family type dynamic, you know, where you're feeling like you have to compete, like perhaps among your siblings or something to be recognized in your family, the sense of pressure that you feel may be coming from your father. It may be a desire to impress your father, or some sort of father-like person, whether that's like a stepfather or a grandfather or an uncle, or it could even be like a woman. It doesn't actually have to be a man specifically, but it's the person that you would consider to be the head of the family, the person that you would consider to be the head of the household, for example. like, I think this is the person that you've been desiring most to kind of impress or to prove your worth to. Yeah. So with the Lovers card in the center card of the entire spread, you've got some choices to make. I think that there are different options available to you in order to bring in some kind of emotional fulfillment, whether that's in your work, in a family setting, in a friendship setting, in a romantic setting. But there are some choices available to you. And the next period of time, like I want to say the next few months till the end of the year, there's a lot of really supportive energy around you with the Chariot in order to help you make changes and move things forward. So there's a lot of supportive energy at play. But the key for you, going back to this Two of Swords, is going to be opening up your heart to allow different opportunities, different people in. Because down here we have the Hermit, the Knight of Cups, and the Nine of Cups. So with the Hermit, there is some reflection to be done. There is some wisdom to be mined from within. So if you are taking kind of a step back from other people to pause, reflect, to get insight, that's valuable. But we are social creatures, and so your fulfillment is gonna... There's a part of this that is connected to other people. This also could be for some of you that are like artists, or, and by that I use that definition loosely, like artists, writers, musicians, anybody with a creative hobby, but especially like a creative vocation, I want to say, like someone that currently earns money from their art, earns money from their music, earns money from like, I don't know, their cupcake baking or whatever, or from some sort of online, it could be some sort of like, you've got a TikTok account or something. There's a sense that this could be around new creative opportunities, new creative ventures with other people to be gained by like working or collaborating with other people, or just new avenues and new mediums that you could post your work in that could be beneficial for you. That could be like yes, financial, but it's more around the emotional fulfillment of it. So if, for example, there's a particular way that you do something, you may have opportunities to come in to continue to do what you do, but to sell your product in a different way, to communicate what you do in a different way, in a way that's going to bring people into your life, or that has the potential to bring people into your life that feel like more of like a soul aligned kind of tribe. That's what I'm getting with that. So let's pull a few oracle cards just to wrap up this reading. This is a really nice deck that I purchased not too long ago, the Star Codes Astro Oracle. I really like it. Additional messages. There we go. Yeah. So, we got two. Okay. So we got North Node, which is all about your future, and it's all about your kind of like destined future, your fated kind of path in this life. And then we've got the, interesting, we've got the debilitated card, discomfort. And it's really interesting because the imagery on this card is very similar to the imagery on the Lovers card. So this says to me that you have a wound in your life around love, around receiving love. And you are definitely someone that overgives in order to try and receive, but you may also be someone that says, well, I want to have like a romantic relationship that's really important to me. But you may also be self-sabotaging that and not actually know how to receive that. For example, you might kind of push people away without realizing it. You might also have like attachment styles whereby you are attracted to people that are avoidant, that are disconnected. So they may be like very, very romantic in the beginning, share a lot of their emotions in the beginning, but can't kind of give you that ongoing connection. So there could be something where you have a history of having romantic partners that kind of attach but then get scared and pull away, and in some ways that's kind of mirroring your own discomfort around receiving love, or it's programming from childhood. So if you've had like a kind of abusive or a neglectful childhood with one of your main caregivers in particular, and potentially in particular with a father, but even a mother, whereby they were distant, they were unavailable, they made you take care of them but they weren't really there for you, or they just had their own kind of stuff going on, it may have given you a pattern whereby you want love, you're constantly kind of chasing for love, but you attract the wrong people. You attract people that are unavailable. So they just can't give you like a really healthy kind of secure commitment. Or you do attract people that could give you like a healthy secure commitment, but like you're distrustful of that, or you don't know how to let it in, or and you kind of clam up, and then these people may think, oh well, this person just isn't interested, you know. It could even be like you're not even aware that people are interested in you because you present as so closed off that there may be admirers and people around you that are really interested in you, but that they never come forward and approach you because they have a perception that you wouldn't be open to that, right? And I do feel like it's a very kind of like karmic fated thing for you to work this energy out. And you know, I do think that you're getting closer to working this out. I think that you've gained a lot of wisdom. I think that you've learned how to be more, we've got like the Nine of Cups here. I think that you've learned how to be very independent, and I think that you've learned how to take care of yourself, not just physically in the physical world, but I also think that you've learned how to really like be nourished by your own company, and I don't think that that was always the case. I think that there's probably been times in your life when you've been very lonely and very seeking some kind of fulfillment from others, but I think you've got more peace and more security and more self-esteem within yourself now. But the final piece of the puzzle is like learning how to let other people in a healthier way. And like I say, this can be friendships as well. It doesn't have to be romantic love. But there is also something here where it's about opening up to your creativity and your creative gifts and even your intuitive gifts as well. That again is a key part of what you are here to do in this lifetime. And there's a real like universal nudge of energies that's trying to come in to support you to to do this right now. But it moving forward is going to require you to kind of get comfortable with being uncomfortable. Because when you're trying to break a pattern that's been in your place for a long time, potentially even since childhood, and that's going against your inner programming, it is going to feel unnatural, it is going to feel unsafe, and there is going to be a tendency to want to avoid it, to want to go so far and then retreat. And you're being asked to kind of keep moving forward. Yeah, so we've got spring, see your seeds grow, and it did pop out in the reverse. These aren't cards that specifically have reversals associated with them, but I do think that that's kind of symbolic nonetheless, which is that there is something new that is trying to be birthed here, but I feel like there's a reluctance to let that come out. We've also got Druid, hold the space. So I feel like this is just the universe. The universe is really holding the space for this right now. Your spirit guides are really holding the space for this. Your ancestors and any other energies and entities that you're connecting to are really trying to put like a safe container around this for you right now, to try and protect you as you experiment and as you open up, and as you, Water Guardian, connect with your emotions and connect with allowing yourself to be emotionally connected to other people. So that's what I have for you guys. I'll leave this here. I hope that this was helpful. If it was, I would love it if you could like the video, if you could share the video with anyone else that you think might find it useful. Leave me a comment below and subscribe to the channel. All those things really do help my videos spread a bit further and find other people that might enjoy them. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll catch you again soon. Bye.